So in this video we're looking at z-scores. So basically a z-score is a comparison of a data point to the set that it comes from. So we look at the mean and we look at the standard deviation of that set. This is assuming that the set is a normal distribution. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use the z-score to be able to compare two different sets that have different means and different standard deviations so that we can decide which one's actually the better response. So looking at an example of this, we are given an ACT score of 29, which is out of a scale of 1 to 36, and an SAT score of 1430, which is on a scale of 200 to 1600. We're given the mean and the standard deviation of both the ACT and the SAT. And the question here is which of those two scores is really better? So 29 out of 36 or 1430 out of 1600. So what we're going to look at is we're going to figure out the z-score of each of those so that we can figure out where that score falls in comparison to the overall set of data. So first we're going to look at the ACT. And so to calculate the z-score, we're going to plug in the 29, which is the ACT score, minus the 21, which is the mean, divided by 4.7, which is the standard deviation. And that gives us a z-score of a positive 1.702, which tells us that the 29 on the ACT is 1.72 standard deviations above the mean. So that's in the definitely in the upper range. So then we're going to do the same thing with the SAT, and we're going to compare those numbers now. So with the SAT, we plug in the 1430 and the 1000 for the mean, and the 155.56 for the standard deviation, and we find that an SAT score of 1430 gave us a z-score of a positive 2.764. So when we compare those two, we see that the SAT score of 1430 is quite a bit better than an ACT score of 29. So when we're answering the question here of which score should be sent, the SAT score definitely was the higher score.